Hello, I'm sitting behind a hay bale. There's some more down there, and there's some up around there. For a little bit of context, oh, the farmer's coming. That isn't my field, so usually you can just walk around there, but you know I don't want to upset anyone by being somewhere where I shouldn't be. So, what was I going to say? Yes. I want to explain how I found out about Nofap. Years ago, the year of 2016, I think, I found a video that someone posted on Facebook, and it was from Russell Brand, and the video was about his views on pornography and that sort of thing, and he was sort of explaining his own experiences behind it, and that's, you know, like how he thinks it's a bad thing. And that was like the first video. Sorry, this is going to string together for a while. That was the first video that I saw, or first time I saw someone talk about that sort of stuff in a serious context. I'd never heard someone really speak about something like PMO stuff openly like that. Anyway, so cut to a few months later, maybe a year later, I can't remember, and I'm in a really bad position. A lot of bad stuff's gone on in my life. I get caught up with the wrong thing, if you get what I'm saying. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm thinking, man, I remember that video that had Russell Brand talking about, you know, how he was against this sort of stuff. I'm thinking, well, maybe I can find that video again just to re-watch it. This may, you know, provide me with a bit of therapy, perhaps. I don't know if that's the right word. So I found the video, and you can find it too. You just type in Russell Brand and then type in the pornography, and it's nothing, you know, it's nothing silly. It's not like a trap or anything like that. It's real. It's a real video. Anyway, so I watched this video again from Russell Brand. I don't really know much of Russell Brand's stuff outside of that. Maybe just a little bit. I know who he is, but you know, I'm not trying to say that I'm his biggest fan or anything like that. By the way, so I ended up scrolling through the comments of this video just to see what other people reckon about this topic, because so this was foreign to me. Like, this is something I'd been dealing with before in the past, and I hadn't really had a conversation with another person or heard another person really speak about it in a serious way. Was to talk about their own, I suppose, fights or struggles or whatever you want to call it, their own testimony behind it. It was always, you know, whenever you hear about PMO stuff back in the day, it was always like, oh no, that's bad, that's, you know, it's this and it's that, and you shouldn't do it, and blah blah blah. And I'm not trying to say that was wrong stuff, but you know, it's difficult to talk about an issue when there's all this stigma attached to it. So I scrolled through the video comments, and someone said, I don't know who this was, but someone said in the video that they were doing what they call Nofap, and I was like, what on earth is Nofap? I'd never heard of that before. I said they were doing Nofap. I thought, what is Nofap? So anyway, I jumped on Google one day and I typed in Nofap to try and figure out what this person was on. In that they were against PMO and all that stuff, and I was like, let's try and find out more about this. So I got on and I found the community and all that, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. I'd never heard of this before. This was around 2016, and yeah, 2016, and I didn't have a job at that time, so I was out of work and I had a lot of free time on my hands. And what I did was I went to YouTube one morning and I typed in Nofap to see what would come up. Now you can research for articles and stuff on the website, but I thought maybe there's some videos about Nofap. Maybe there's like something you know, something visual explaining what Nofap is, or maybe someone can sort of explain it to me verbally a bit, or you know, something like that, as opposed to me reading articles and articles of things. So anyway, I researched Nofap in YouTube, and it came up with lots and lots of videos and testimonies from other people that were going through the same thing that I was going through. And I was like, man, this is the first time that I've actually found out about this sort of thing, that I've discovered, or that I've actually heard people talk about an issue that I've had on and off in my life. First time. And that was only a couple of years ago. And then I didn't feel very alone after that, after I started to watch people's vlogs and that sort of thing. And I was it was incredible. It was a strange experience, and I think I spent a whole morning one day just watching Nofap videos. I don't do that anymore, of course, but at the time, because it was such a weird thing, I was like, wow, you know, this is different. This is interesting. This, you know, this person's just like me, you know, and they weren't like people doing Nofap. They weren't like, you know, weird people or anything like that. They were just normal people. Just normal, average people like myself. And as I said, I didn't feel all that alone after that. So to all the people that made Nofap videos, or if you make them, then thank you, because you know you helped people like me get going with this sort of thing, and you know, fight the good fight. But on the same token, over the last couple of years, I've noticed a lot of people come and go. I mean, I'm a bit in and out of the Nofap community myself. I don't post videos regularly, and I don't you know, go on the Reddit page or anything like that a great deal. But when I first started, there were some people that had started sort of around the same time, maybe a bit before I did, and they were posting videos, and man, they were really good encouragement. I found that was really good for me. There was one guy called Anthony Decide. I don't know if you guys remember him, but to start with, when I just first started doing Nofap, Anthony Decide was like he was one of my top 3 Nofap heroes. And because he made really good content, and the thing about Nofap videos is that, you know, some people are really good at speaking into cameras and some people aren't so much. I think I fall sort of in between. But Anthony Decide had really good content. He had really, really good videos, and I used to really like listening to what he said, because he had really good insight towards things. Unfortunately, what happened was he stopped making Nofap videos after a while, because he didn't feel it was right for him to be offering advice upon something like this when he himself wasn't an expert, or something like that. And you know, that's fine, and I can respect that. But I suppose, and there were other people, and there have been other people, I suppose, that I haven't seen for a while as well, that I used to watch a lot of videos, like after people like Anthony Decide stopped making videos. There were new people that came through, and other people that I discovered, such as there was a guy called Ruth the Truth, I think, or Truth the Ruth. I think it was a guy, a Canadian guy. I can't remember. He used to post a video once a month, a Nofap video once a month, and his video was usually about half an hour long, because you know, he was trying to do one video a month, so he had a lot to say, I guess. And his videos were really, really good content. I used to look forward to watching them every month, or at the end of a month, just to see how he was going. And again, really good content. But like Anthony Decide, you know, he just gave up on it. Well, I don't know if he gave up on it, but he stopped making videos. So I didn't know what really happened to him. There are other people as well, like Evan Storming. I haven't seen anything from him for ages, and he deleted his videos. And there are other people that are a bit on and off. Even Tools of Freedom, really liked his stuff, but again, I don't know what happened to him. And even Mac Attack, there was stages where Mac Attack's gone, then he comes back, and like sometimes I think, man, when he posts a video, I'm like if he posts a video and he goes like ages without him posting another video, I'm like, man, that must have been his last one, and then he'll come out of nowhere with a new video. But what I'm trying to say is that I've seen a lot of people come and go in this community, myself included, in a way, and I often wonder, especially with people like Anthony Decide or Heaven Storming or people like that, I think, man, whatever happened to them? Did they keep fighting? Did they succeed? Did they give up? And if they kept fighting and they didn't want to make videos, then that's fine. I respect that, and that's I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it kind of it's a bit disappointing in a way when you see people really lock in to doing something in their life, really something good for their life, and then they do it for a while and they're really plugged in, and then after a little while they just it falls by the wayside and they just sort of get over it and leave it behind. And I'm not saying that Nofap is something that you have to actively do all the time. It's not something you do. Nofap is a behaviour. It's simply just abstaining from bad stuff and doing good stuff. That's the nuts and bolts of it, really. But some people, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess it's just there have been some good people that have come through, and some people that I really did look up to, and then you often wonder what happened to them. It's like that with everything in life. Like even as a Christian, I've seen a lot of people come into churches and go from churches, and I wonder, what actually happened to them? Why did people give up on their faith? Why? Some people can be really locked into their faith and their belief, and then after a while, it just fades, and you think, man, this is a really strong thing to grapple with. This is a big thing for your life, and how do you just let things go like that? I don't know. I suppose just trying to express my thoughts behind this sort of thing. But anyway, that's all I have to say for the moment.